On today's episode of Anime Afterthought, Black Clover, episode 157, 5-lead Clover. This is it. This is the last episode before we return to the manga. And from what you guys are telling me, the hypeness that is the Spade War arc, I am overly excited to return to the manga content. But before then, we still have one more episode. And I'm really interested in to see how they're going to lead in to the time skip. I mean, the preview for last week's episode looked like Asta communicating with the devil in his grimoire. So are we gonna have a little face-to-face chat, like a little one-on-one? I have no clue, but I'm excited to find out. So with all that being said, let's go ahead and jump right in. Oh, so he's taking his turn with the other guardians too. Nice. I wonder if everyone else is utilizing the fact that they can switch partners. Ah, Luck's taking them up on their offer too. Nice. Anybody else notice that they definitely stepped up the art in today's episode? Looks pretty fucking fresh. Well, I guess this is goodbye, TXT. I think you had a pretty decent run. Yeah, I was forewarned that this was kind of a recap. I guess that's one way to introduce the next arc. See, that's why I question it though. Is this... If they're both from the Spade, wouldn't they get Spade grimoires? Or is it because they're in the Clover Kingdom? Like... The grimoire selection is still kind of confusing to me. Little did they know that he would be the crux, the key to stopping the elf invasion / word devil. And they're just sitting there laughing at him. This is one of those moments where you start to get goosebumps. I mean, they hit it hard in the first episode. The shadow of the devil on the wall behind him was legit fucking amazing. And also this point, where it cements them as a positive rivalry. You gotta fucking love that, man. Look at that. Look at that fucking image. I mean, if you don't think that's a badass opener to this series, you're just fucking crazy. I got goosebumps just watching it right now. I mean, he's not wrong. He does take forever to take a shit, and he shits a lot too. They're definitely going over the series' greatest hits right here. Pottery. Oh, you liar. You're not licked. Yeah, this is where he was taught Ki, right? Which has become pretty, you know, invaluable to Asta because of, you know, the monolith's nature. And the way he reacts to him learning it so quick. It's like, oh, dude, you're fucking creepy. Ah, Witch's Forest. Honestly, one of my favorite parts. I'll admit, I got a little thing for the Witch Queen. Nowhere near as bad as how I have it from Leona, but Episode 63, man. Remember that when that was fucking trending? See, I liked Ladros as a character too. Oh god, that was so badass. I mean, yeah, that's come in pretty fucking clutch. Talk about a fucking climax, right? I mean, you have to admit, the first saga, the whole elf invasion, and then every fucking, like, Golden Dawn member and all these other magic knights were fucking taken over, possessed by the elves, and like, and then you find out it's all because of a fucking devil? Like, that shit is legit. See, I wonder if the other devils are trying to do that too. There's a barrier between the demon world and the human world. Is their goal just to break through that in their actual form? God, it's like you're watching the entire fucking series over again in this episode. Remember, this is the fucking kid that got laughed at by everybody. Ha ha, he got no grimoire. Little did they know he was a legit fucking hero of the Clover Kingdom. Oh, it's about time we see Noelle again. Dude, she is looking badass. Oh, this whole sequence is fucking amazing. Yeah, she is doing pretty badass. That whole animation was just fucking amazing. Oh, Magna made it back to the hideout? You saw him talking to Zoro, right? Oh, what are they gearing up for? You know when they start spewing out this rhetoric, something badass is gonna happen. Did he call it back? What? That's all we got of the devil? All right, I was told to stop it here. Do not watch the preview for next week's episode because this is it. This was the last episode we get, not only of 2020, but of the anime original filler content. We are back to the manga source material, and I'm so fucking excited. Next week, we obviously have a break because they said 158 is coming out, coming out January 5th. Good, take a week, get prepped because honestly, I'm so fucking ready. I am so fucking ready. How are they going to reintroduce the manga content? Obviously with the recap episode. Yeah, it's a recap, but in the end, they picked some of the best highlights that still give me goosebumps. You know, the image of the devil behind Asta in episode 1. Yami choosing him, even though he is monolith, you know, after his proclamation of, I will become the Wizard King. The dungeon, standing up to, you know, the Eye of the Midnight Sun and Patri, aka Licked at the time. Developing Ki, which has been crucial to how Asta fights now. I mean, he wouldn't understand the flow of anti-magic if it wasn't for Ki. Like, then seeing the penultimate, you know, the climax of the Elf Saga in, you know, the fucking badass battle between him and the real Licked and then the Word Devil. Like, those moments still can give a guy goosebumps. Like, But what new things did we see in today's episode? First and foremost, Noelle is looking fit. Like, that animation, that sequence was so fucking badass. Like, she is legit powerhouse. It was like a beautiful dance. The choreography was fucking amazing. I loved it. I want to see where this new power goes. Like, I'm so thrilled. Another interesting thing is the fact that Magnum returned back to the hideout. He's actually talking to Zora. From what you guys told me is even the manga readers didn't know his current whereabouts or where he was at or anything like that. Failing to acquire any of the mana methods or anything that the spirit guardians were teaching, he had just left, never to be seen again, from what you guys are telling me. But it looks like he had returned to the base, to the hideout, maybe to consult with, you know, the fellow Black Bulls on where to go next, as we see him talking to Zora. And although I was a little let down, I thought we were gonna get more of a conversation, especially judging by last week's preview, between Asta and the devil. We only got that little bit scene at the end. I love that Asta is improving. Even Gaja is taking notice. Like, dude, seems every time I see you, you're getting stronger and stronger. If it's not based on mana, maybe it's based on something else. Maybe it's based on your personality or characteristics. Like this never give up attitude. That's where we got, you know, the recap, the retelling of his story. Like, I love it. Interesting though is at the very end when he recalled his sword. Like, Gaja seemed pretty impressed by this latest development. I gotta say, up until this point, I mean, you take away a sword, now can he like fucking throw this shit and recall it back like a fucking giant boomerang? Like, I don't know. I don't know where they're going with this, but oh god, I'm so ready to find out. I'm so ready. I so wanted to watch that preview, but I don't want to spoil it for myself because this is it. We're done. We're back to manga original source material and I cannot be more excited. Anyways, I want to thank you guys for watching. Once again, another year of Black Clover is under our belt. Although this year has been tumultuous to say the least, Tuesdays will always have a special place in my heart because I love Black Clover. It's a really good fucking series, and from what you guys are saying, it's only gonna get better from here. So I want to wish everyone a Merry Christmas, a Happy Hanukkah, Crazy Kwanzaa, whatever you celebrate, whatever denomination you are. Please have a happy and safe holiday. And for those who only watch my Black Clover content, have a happy new year. So with all that being said, and more Black Clover greatness coming in 2021, I cannot wait for future episodes.